one nice clean piece. So we're going to slow cook this tonight. So I'm just being a bit lazy. I should be skinning this whole thing now, which we actually probably should do. So have you got a cool room at home?
No.
So if you've got a cool room, you take these back legs off and you run the back legs with the pelt on, because then you don't waste anything. But this shank meat, typically speaking, gets a bit wasted. So
I don't know anyone who's ever done any cooking with the shank meat.
So this meat here, what makes it difficult to eat from a fast cooking perspective is all of the qualities that make it good for slow cooking. So,
I mean, you're treating it like a lamb shank, in other ways. Like, you're not going to fast cook a lamb shank.
exactly.
You know, lamb shanks used to be throwaway parts, and now they're gourmet and they're super expensive in the restaurant. So this is kind of like
Same attitude.
So yeah, cool. So right now you're just cutting through.
So I'm just taking the bottom part of the leg off, and then I'm just going to make and try not to get too much fur on it. And then I'm just going to come up here.
Just going to skin it, just a little quick skin.
Just going to give it a little quick skin, and you can see all those layers of. And that's why when you're coming up, when you can use any knife to do this job, but if you come up, then you cut through the hair. You don't cut the hair.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean? So like if you cut that way, you'll cut pieces of the hair off, and it goes everywhere.
And that blunts your knife, does it? When you're going through hair as well?
Faster? Yeah, I think so.
I seem to find whenever I'm doing it does.
Like running, a knife running against bone is your fast track way to
sharpen again
and
get the edge back. So what's your plan? You mentioned heard milk before for the shank.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do like a really classic Italian style pappardelle, like with using the shank meat. I'm gonna slow cook that with celery and carrots.
Yep.
And with celery and carrots and some garlic and milk, and then we'll just slow cook that in there, and then all of this tendon stuff here will start to break down. So if you just peel that piece of skin back there, and it'll come through here. I don't suggest cutting the knife back towards you. If you trust your knife or not, a lot. It's really nice when you've got a butcher's saw, because you can just cut everything. Oh mate, to be honest, we can just debone it off here.
Oh, so you're not putting the bone in?
No.
Right. So you're just taking the meat off. Okay, so it's a little bit different to just throwing a shank in and slow cooking the shank and then. Yeah, gotcha.
Like what we're after is these little parcels of meat and all of this sinew here, which is tough as bloody boots.
Yeah.
When you slow cook that, that becomes really tender and gelatinous, and it's delicious.
Only way to cook this is slow, and slow by like what, 6 hours?
Yeah, like we'll put this on, we'll put some coals around it, and then we'll just let it do its thing. Ideally, we want to be doing, like, can you just hold that, and I'll just cut the whole shoulder out.
I mean, it might be dodgy, but you're using a piece that people would only take for the dogs. Really, even the shoulder, the whole shoulder is like,
Well, you can,
it's kind of classed as just dog meat, really.
yeah. Well, this shoulder's belted. Like you can see, I think you should show that. Like that's where the shot has been. Like we've got a lot of blood congealing. Like you don't really want to eat that. Like obviously you can see the exit wound there.
Ideally, a headshot, if you can comfortably take it, would be
What you want to be doing. So,
but not always possible.
not
Rest
always
in the
possible. There's a nice big chunk in here. So the shoulder is good, is also good for slow cooking, but if you take too much of the lean shoulder meat, it's not as good. Do you know what I mean? Like we're looking for, we want all of that gear.
To me, that's the shit you cut off because it's so chewy. But I guess that's the different style of cooking here.
So over time, that goes super tender.
Right. So I enjoy making pies, and I still would try and cut all that off. So
Keep that on.
just leave it on.
Keep it all.
Goodness.
You're wasting like gelatin. You like it'll go really soft, like and it'll go fatty. You know, like it'll have that, it'll bring lots of moisture into it.
Okay.
So that's your typical, like if you order a oyster cut, like an oyster cut lamb shoulder, that's that piece there, and that's also a good slow cooking piece.